So I've been making a black phone book on Wattpad, so I decided to voice act it. Okay, here we go. So you just moved to somewhat a small town, and you were already 2 months in the first semester, so it's October. But before that, in August, your parents registered you in the school, but you never cared because you would end up getting expelled. But since you missed 2 months, they're making you go somewhere. They got in a wreck and died, so you have the house to yourself. So your best friend Cyrus was at school waiting on your ass. But since you're a kid that nobody has seen since you haven't went, but you did wear a hoodie so nobody sees your face, and as soon as you went in school, you didn't even bother speaking. Well, nobody was in the halls because they were all in class. So you went to get your school. You went to get your school. Wait. You went to get your school schedule. You didn't even bother speaking. Well, nobody was in the halls because they were all in class. So you went to your school You went to get your... Bro, I messed up on the freaking thing. But you didn't even bother. Wait. To the lady and the lady in front, and you walked away. And if you're wondering what time school starts, it's at 5:45 a.m. and it ends at 5:35 p.m. No questions. Swimming 5:40 to 6:25. Music 6:30 to 7:15. Science 7:20 to 8:35. U.S. History 8:40 to 9:35. Art 8:40 to 10:25. 10:30 to 11 o'clock is health. Band is 11:05 to 11:40. Algebra is 11:45 to 12:12. And then a snack break. Gym is at 12:20 to 1:25. And then theater is at 1:30 to 2:05. And then lunch is at 2:05 to 2:25. And then writing is at 2:28 to 2:55. And then reading is at 3:15 to 3:45. And then archery is at 3:56 to 4:15. And cooking is at 4:20 to 4:40. And then karate is at 4:45 to 5:30. Each class is 54 minutes except 11:15. That's the first chapter. Okay. The lady at the desk. You're gonna go to science, dear. It's at 7:25 a.m. Oh, thank you. Then you walked away. I can't believe I have to go to science. Hopefully Cyrus is there. And then teacher. Well, since the person who hasn't been here isn't here, we will continue with that then. You walked through the classroom and sit next to Robin. And who might you be? Obviously, the person who skipped school for 2 whole months. Are you being smart, Alec? No, I'm just stating the obvious. Well, then who might you be, dear? My name is... Wyatt. So you're the one who's been absent for 2 months. I told you that like 2 minutes ago. Robin chuckles. You look at Robin and back at the teacher. The teacher sees Robin laugh. Mr. Arellano, what would you like to tell me what's so funny? Robin is trying not to laugh. He was fixing to talk but got cut off by Wyan speaking. He's probably laughing at the fact that you're clueless. About what? Our conversation. Stop laughing! It's not that funny! It's funny if your teacher who is stupid. Enough! Haven't you heard of respect your elders? You would look at the teacher with disrespect in your eyes. Yeah, what does that have to do with anything? The teacher looks back at you. Well, I'm older than you. You look back at the teacher. But you're not old enough. You're just a bit young, but that doesn't make you an elder old hag. The teacher looks at you in the most astonishing way. What did you call me? And then you look back at the teacher and say, an old hag. The teacher looks back at you and says, do you want to get sent to the principal's office on your first day? You look back at the teacher. I don't even care. Oh, looky here. We're about to go to our next class. You get up and leave, and Robin is laughing his ass off, and the bell had rung, and you walked to your next class and saw a kid with golden locks yelling at some kid in class, and everyone is staring at him in fear until you walk in the room. The teacher looks at the class. All right, class, settle down now. That means you too, Mr. Hopper. Please. Vance looks at the lesson board. Whatever. Just get started on the damn lesson already. You look at the whole class. The teacher, are you a sophomore that hasn't been here for the whole semester last year? And then you look back and say, yeah, why? The teacher looks at you, 'cause you missed most of your classes. You look at the teacher. Sounds nice, Mr. Halfway. Anyway, I skipped 2 months of school. It's my first day here, and I know the classes. I can sit down now, Mr. Halfway. The teacher looks at you. Sure, Ellen. You fake smile at the teacher. All right. Mr. or Mrs. Wyan, sit down next to Vance. You sit down next to Vance. Vance takes a glance at you. You're casually listening to the teacher. Vance keeps throwing paper balls at the front of the room. Some people giggle and some laughing and talking. Vance talks to his friends while Wyan is drawing on the desk. And the teacher is staring at the class, mainly at you, and asked, what are you doing to the desk? You look at the teacher, rolling your eyes. Drawing, Mr. Halfway. The teacher looks at you and says, oh, you do know that's vandalism. You stand up looking around the room and say, I'm sorry, sir, but I'm trying to find where I can give a flying fuck. And then you fake smile and the whole class is shocked, but Vance is laughing. The teacher is furious. Office, now! You look at him and say, sure, that's if I'm there. And then you walk out. The teacher yells, Wyatt! You see somebody bullying Finney and go, Oi, you three, what the hell do you think you're doing to him? The first guy. Who the fuck are you? The second guy. Wait, is that the new kid? The third kid. Look at that emo-ass girl or boy. You punched them. You punched the third bully. The third bully is in pain looking at you. You smirk and laugh and you beat the other bullies up, giving one a black eye and the other a busted lip and swollen cheek. And then you slammed all their bullies' heads at the same time into the lockers. Everyone in the hallway was looking in your direction. And you glare at the crowd and say, what the fuck are you looking at? Everyone in the hallway scattered and the bullies were picking on Finney went to the nurse bleeding in pain. Finney looked at you, and then you looked at Finney, and you asked, you okay, dude? Finney looks at you and says, thank you, I'm okay. Now, I think. And you look at him and ask, how much do they do this to you? And then Finney says, every day, anytime they see me. Do you know? And then you ask, do you know why they bully you? Finney says, no, but I wish I knew. You said, they're just mad because you're cute and they're ugly as fuck. Anyway, call me if you need anything. Finney blushes and says, okay, I'll make sure to call you. That was second part, guys. Subscribe for part 3.